Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be a match between Snow and Fuff here on Transistor 1.1. Got this replay off of the foreign Brood War Discord server. If you want an invite, let me know. I'll put it in the description. It's a great place to find VODs and replay files and talk to other Brood War fans. Alright, so in the top right-hand corner of Transistor, we have the purple Zerg player. It is Fuff. I have no idea who this player is, but that APM is 500 right now, so it can't be that bad, right? It's got to be someone who can hang with Snow in a match. And let's introduce Snow real quick. This is the white Protoss player, Snow. I know it says WGM.111, but it's definitely Snow. Snow is an incredible, incredible Protoss player, man. He took second place in ASL Season 5, falling to Rain. There is no dishonor in falling to Rain there. Taking second place is pretty amazing. Went home with $10,000 anyway, so good job by him. Also, I found very interesting, he holds the record for the most Reaver kills in a televised match. So he played Sue back in 2010. He had one Reaver that killed 72 enemy units. I have a link to the VOD here from Liquipedia. If you're interested in watching that, actually, I might go back and watch it too. Let me know again. I'll put it in the comments. We will get a lot of stuff in the comments for this cast and this match. Very, very excited about this, man. I haven't cast a game by Snow before, so I'm interested to see what he's going to do. I don't know who the Zerg player is. If you know who this is, again, let's talk about it in the comments, and I'll update the title if you know who it is. Like, if this is actually Jaedong magically, then cool. If this is like Larva or Effort, that'd be fine too, but I cannot find this name on the Smurf list. Googling doesn't help me at all either. If you're just somebody who watches a lot of streaming, right, and just you know people's Smurf names, maybe even those that aren't on Wikipedia, let me know. Let's discuss it. Let's talk about it, because we figured out the secret identity of somebody previously. I figured we found one of Jaedong's Smurfs, but that was easy enough because he started off the game. His opponent said, "Hi, JD." So, I mean, that was a really good clue. We're not getting any of that here, unfortunately, anyway. So it's going to be Transistor, a very weird map. We've got a lot of ramps up and down, and Protoss have to be able to wall off this multiple entry point ramp here. There's also a wide area that can be accessed by the Zerg. It's very strange. I believe we cast a game between Larva and Mini on this map, as well as another one with Mini and another Zerg player. I don't think it was Larva. Maybe it was. But anyway, it's a weird one. It's a weird map. It's one of the more recent ones here, too. This game, I feel, was played fairly recently just because, again, Snow here, he did play back in 2010, but he really has started to get some really nice results here in 2014, 2015. He did take Star League Season 1 back in 2017, 3-0ing Mong, by the way. So he's capable of taking down Mong, a very, very, very good Terran player, which is always impressive to me. Protoss players who can take down an excellent Terran. Just maybe his flash makes the matchup look Terran favored. We hear a lot about that in the comments as a Zealot wanders his way on in and actually starts harassing a little bit. There are some Lings on the way and some Lings here. So the fight's going to be interesting here. It looks like our Zealot buddy's taking some serious hits. He's going to get out. He's outnumbered. If there are 4 Lings, he's in trouble. If there are 6 Lings, he's dead. There's no question about it. So he's running, but man, you cannot run Lings. Even if they don't have speed, they are faster than you without speed, and they are faster than you when you have speed. So pretty good control right now by the Fuff. His APM is still over 300. Looks like Snow's is hovering around 290 right now, which is definitely good enough to play the game. I'm surprised he's keeping the Zealot alive as much as he is. The Zealot's not even fighting back. He has not taken any swings, made any connections against these Zerglings at all. And he's gonna die, but he's really distracting the Lings for a good, like, 45 seconds, it feels like here. And bam, he's out. Again, no swings at all. Got more Lings cruising on in. And again, it's a good map for early aggression because it's hard to wall this darn thing off. Got Zealots holding the ramp, but I mean, this is holding the ramp, right? No, it's not great. Lings can just run by. Yeah, man, look at them. They're just like, swing, we're out. We're going to go after your probes. Have fun chasing us. Bye. We're going to go ahead and pull up health bars on some of these units. At the very least, we got more Lings down here. They could probably cruise up too. I think this is a better wall. I don't know if that's cruise upable necessarily, but there are more Lings here. Metabolic boost is on the way. Lings still cruising around. I don't think they've killed anything yet, but they're definitely being incredibly annoying. And yeah, these Lings, they just run through. They just run right through. They're going to go and take down one of these Zealots at the very least. I think a second one might die too as well. Actually, man, whoa, not too shabby. Zealot dies, but took more Lings with him than I thought. Another Zealot pops out, and suddenly we're doing just fine. We are doing just fine as Snow. Again, there's a reason he took second place in ASL back in 2018 May. Less than a year ago, man. So this guy is an elite Protoss player. That was a situation that most Zergs would not be able to handle. I really don't think here. Still 2 Lings free inside the house. Ugh, horrible, horrible place to be, that's for sure. Alright, so Lair is already done up here for Foff. Foff is planning on something. It doesn't have the second gas, which indicates he's probably just going to go for a Spire and start going for some Scourge to counter the Corsairs that are definitely going to start flying here for Snow. There's your Stargate. Stargate on the way. Another pylon here. These Lings are the most annoying Lings of all time right now. Do they have any kills? 1 kill and... How's this? Hold still, dang it. 0 kills. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They haven't really done a ton of damage. Now they have speed. They're a little bit more dangerous. I'm going to say actually a lot more dangerous in trying to pick some of these dudes off. There's 3 Zealots wandering up here, though. 3 Zealots versus a handful of Lings. This is not a good fight for the Lings. They do back off. They do have speed. Are there any Sunkens here at all? No, but there's more Lings coming. And yeah, here we go. This is a good number. If we get a surround here, the drones really, I don't think, need to fight here at all. Good positioning, though. The Zealots recognizing if we get surrounded, we're dead. Or maybe just going to go after some of these drones. Can we hide? Is there anywhere to hide on this map? Not really. There are some corners we can squeeze ourselves into. We can do some scouting, but we are dead, and we know it. And they're out. So well held there. Just made a bunch of Lings to hold that thing. Good job by Foff. Third base, not fully saturated at all. But again, as I mentioned, the Spire is on the way. It's almost done. Lings. Are these Lings still alive? Are you kidding right now? How many kills do they have? 2 kills on this guy. And 1 kill on that guy. So 3 kills for these dudes. More Lings cruising in here. This kind of feels Larva-esque. Just the number of Lings in the early stages are feeling very, very, very much like Larva. So it's a bunch of Lings, but at the same time, it is also the Scourge to deal with the Corsair. So he's not skipping tech. It's just a lot more Lings than we usually see in early ZVP. They picked off a cannon, which, okay, fine. Maybe good for future attacks. Maybe picking off a probe there is pretty good, too. Cruising around the backside of the map. And just being an annoyance right now. An annoyance you can actually slow down the economy. Another probe goes down. Another probe goes down. Another probe goes down. And a Ling gets killed in the process, but that's a fair trade for Foff. He's feeling pretty good about that. He's also saturating his third base quite nicely. He is working on a Hydralisk Den at his third and an Evolution Chamber at his main. He's getting pneumatized Carapace. Speed for Overlords is pretty nice. Helps them to run away against Corsairs anyway. Dude, are we still fighting here? But actually, the probes defending themselves pretty effectively. Not bad. Couple Lings go down. No probes die in that engagement. And yeah, look at that guy. He's like, hey, knock it off. I'm a kill. I thought he got the kill. Did you not get the kill? Who got the kill? Maybe that one. Maybe that one. Either way, another Zealot cruising on up here, but I just can't imagine this is going to go very well. Are these probes? Well, drones, rather. Drones are holding the line. There's a single Hydralisk out. 2 Hydras out now. Against 3 Zealots, with more Zealots coming in. This is very tier 1 heavy on the aggression the first 8 minutes of this game. I'm really surprised by this. This guy, man, he is taking sunken colony shots. Now he's in trouble. And now he's dead. This Zealot sitting inside the mineral line, trying to pick off as many drones as possible. He's out as well. And these Zealots decide it is time to head back home. We do not want anything to do with Ling Hydra Sunken Colony. It's just, we are not made for that. That is not our jam, as it turns out. All right, man, where are we with this? Templar Archives coming up for the Protoss player, working on a robotics facility too. Might see some of those Reavers that are so darn effective against Zerg. As we mentioned, he's very capable with Reavers. 72 kills with 1 Reaver. The most Reaver kills in a televised match. That's hilarious. That is so funny. And again, televised match, which maybe that knocks down a bunch of stuff that was streamed over Africa or over Twitch. Maybe there have been some games that weren't televised that had more, but I don't know. Maybe it's easier to track the televised games. This Corsair group is big. There are 6 Corsairs. And here's an Overlord you can kill. He's got speed, but it doesn't matter. He toasts very fast and very quickly. And there he goes. Working on range for Hydras. Working on missile attacks for Hydras up here in the north section of the base. Foff is at 60 to 83 supply, which again is where Jaedong lives. And he's okay with. He's okay being down at about the 9-10 minute mark of the match. He'll be just fine. He'll suddenly be just fine. It's really very strange how that works out for him. But again, supply blocking Foff is something that is very good to do here. Snow actually having a great time with it. He doesn't supply block the Zerg, but he's killing enough Overlords that it's close to being supply blocked. However, just making 2 at a time. Foff is like, whatever. It's minerals. I guess it could be making Lings with these, but they're pretty useless against Corsairs anyway. This group is at 8 now. Oh, it's 7. Looks like one of them either died or peeled off somewhere. Hydra's getting some decent shots off, but nope, not enough to kill any of these guys. We still have the 7 here. Not actually to reduce the shields all the way on any of these units. So still, I mean, just this is a really frustratingly large group, but that's a huge Hydra group. The response from Foff is fantastic right now. Lurker aspect being researched. High Templar on the way. We are seeing all of the late game PvZ units that we all love to see. Love so very, very much. Lings cruising on in versus these cannons. I don't know if you can... I'm going to say the Lings should probably take those down, but the probes doing pretty well fighting for themselves. There's nobody else here. So, of course, they have to fight for themselves. And, of course, they're doing pretty well, although that one on the backside was outnumbered severely. The Lings go ahead and take a liking to this pylon to knock it down. We got Corsairs flying around. We got a bunch of Zealots cruising up this left side. They have speed. They are fast. They are fast Zealots. If you have this many Zealots, you don't get speed. You are a fool. Zealot hanging out. I believe he's got +1 attack by now. He does. I didn't see that coming up in the production tab. +1 is done. +1 on the way for the Zerglings. And what do we have? Is this our... That's a shuttle. But what's in it? Nothing's in it? Really? Scourge trying to get a hit? Nope. Oh, did that one explode? I think that one actually exploded. It did. That should not have happened. Anyway, Zealot's coming on in. But again, remember the Sunken Colony Hydra combination? That's pretty good. However, the Sunken is gone. There's only one of them here going after a bunch of these drones. Oh, man. There are enough Hydras to handle this, I think. But we're going to lose some stuff in the process. Some Hydras are going to die, which is A-okay. What is this shuttle doing? How does he have... Oh, he must have picked up here and lifted down there. So Dark Templar are present. Excellent, excellent. I love seeing DTs in a match, going after some of those drones. And yeah, this Corsair DT thing, we haven't seen it recently in the channel, I want to say. Now there's Lurker support, and that means it's even a worse day right now for these Zealots. They're doing pretty well against the Hydras. DT's getting in the mix as well, hacking up those Hydras from behind. Corsairs killing Overlords while the Hydras are otherwise engaged. Supply blocks. Are we supply blocked yet? Yes, there's the supply block on Foff, and Rain is looking good. Looking great. That Dark Templar is killed by drones, which is horribly, horribly embarrassing. You don't want that to happen to you, but otherwise we're doing okay. It's still not supply blocked. Yeah, man, the Corsairs, this is just dump. That is supply dump right now. He's like, all right, the day of the Corsair is over. There are too many Hydras. Let's put supply into other things right now without having to make a ton of pylons. All right, man. So now we're going for a Storm drop. As I wasn't watching the production tab. I think Storm is done. But transitioning into Dragoons, which is what you want to do when your opponent has this many Lurkers and this many Hydras out, is Dragoons trade much better than Zealots do. And eventually you want to get into Archons. We might see that from Snow. We might not. You don't necessarily have to get into Mass Archon to win this thing. But it helps. It helps a lot to have Mass Archon. At least maybe force your opponent into a lot of Lurkers and then do it, because Hydra is actually the transition. Storm drop! Storm drop! Doing some damage there. That's a lot of dead drones. Wow. I wonder if we can unload. Unload so I can see how many kills are on those High Templar. Come on, Snow. Do a bro a favor right now. You can do it. You can do it. Oh, these Scourge, though. These Scourge, though. Oh, I don't... We'll never know. Now we will never know. Let a Lurker drop. A Lurker Hydra drop here at the natural base, and this is problematic, man. There's a cannon here, but the cannon's going to go down to the Hydras extremely quickly. Cannons are pretty feeble, actually. Shuts down all the mining at this natural, but hey, guess who's over here? Hydras and Lurker doing the same thing. Storm in the Lurker goes down. This High Templar, worth his weight in gold, chases this attack away, but the natural base is still locked down. More Storm happening. Chasing the High Templar down. Not a great choice, actually, as he manages to weaken all of these Hydralisks quite extensively. This Lurker has 6 kills and 16 hit points. Zealots are just going to dive in and get rid of that dude. It's, again, not super effective, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. Where did this Lurker even come from? I don't know, but he's dead, is what he is. 4th base done over here for Foff. 3rd base is running for Rain down here in the southern section of the map. Ling's going to cruise down and check this sucker out. Adrenal Glands on the way. Zerg player going for Adrenal Glands and a million Zerglings. Wow. So Ling, Hydra, Lurker right now. Nope, you're not going to unload there. There's too much stuff. How about these guys? These guys have anything to unload? Nope, they're empty. They're empty drop lords, that's for sure. Foff down 107 to 126 supply. Snow looking pretty fantastic indeed right now. 3 bases, a lot of Dragoons, a lot of Zealots. Does he have the +2 attack done? Of course he does. He's got +2, +3 is on the way here at 14 minutes, which is just dead good. Dead good and where you want to be. Dragoons chasing Overlords down and exploding them in a bloody mess. Heading up north here, 140 to 116 supply. This is too far. This is too far into where Jaedong would feel comfortable being down to a Protoss player. So, Foff, come on, man. You got this. You're 300 APM. It's got to carry you, man. Zealots cruising on up to this 4th base. Hydra Lurker defending that. Lings, the tech switch into Zerglings. Devastating for these Dragoons. Oh, my goodness gracious. Fighting here with the cannons, trying to do what he can. But, man, Adrenal Glands is done. But enough Dragoons are here, enough cannons are here to chase those dudes away. A lot of Lings die there. That was actually held pretty fantastically. Nice job by Snow, indeed. So, 3rd base, happily running some... I don't know why these Lings are here. They're getting destroyed. We're going to unload a Lurkers here and harass, but nope. There's a cannon and a bunch of Zealots and an Observer. So time to get the heck on out of there. Now, the 4th base was saved. Foff is still running with that guy, which is fantastic. He's a base up. 155 to 122. He is making a Defiler mound. He's going for more Lurkers. He's getting more drones and more Lings. He's going to be actually within striking distance of the supply right now compared to the Protoss player pretty darn soon. So I think he's going to be okay. I really feel like he's going to be fine here. Working on, there's the Defiler mound. He's got 3 macro hatches inside the main. He's got double evolution chamber, which are working on +2/+2 for the Lings. Is that 2/2? What is it? Where are my Lings at? Ah! My Lings, I'm not selecting Lings. Yeah, that's 2/2 for those guys. So, Dragoons, once again, there are enough Zealots to where the Lings can't just get on top of it. Ooh, free Archon, though. Maybe, no. Oh, High Templar down. Storms himself to try to survive. Try to pick off other High Templar. Not able to do it there. Foff with a nice attack. Does get a High Templar, but not really much of anything else. And suddenly, big, huge, scary Protoss army coming up. He's got himself some Archons. He's got himself some Zealots and some Dragoons. And that is a lot of Lurkers, man. That is so many Lurkers set up right there. Consumes being researched. Are there any Defilers defending this area? Definitely not. Any Nidus Canals? I haven't seen any Nidus Canals in the production tab either. He's not interested in actually the instantaneous transportation available with those Nidus. Yeah, man. Zealots in the front. That's what you want versus these Lings. You can trade extremely well versus them. More Lings cruising in just to their deaths. Storming on top of the Lurker. Snow is engaging exceptionally well here. More Lings cruising in. The Zealots are just eating them alive, though. They have 3 attack. They have +3 attack. Oh, man, this looks so bad. Foff is just getting massacred here. 135 to 109 supply. Remember what I said about he was going to be close? He was going to be close. He was, but he's not. Are you pulling back? I don't know, man. What are the Scourge even going for? Maybe trying to get some of these Observers, but there's a bunch here. There are 5 of them present. More Lings coming on in. That Archon is a hero Archon with 15 kills. Is he going to die is the question. He's getting chased by Zerglings and the surround, and they do get him. They do get him. His friend's got 6. He's more angry. He's got more support. So, the pullback. I don't know about that pullback from Snow, although looking at it, it's just a handful of stuff remaining. None of this is great against that many Zerglings. 1 Archon, can't actually do it as well as 1 Archon wishes he could. That's for sure. All right, so we're going to start seeing Plague. We're going to start seeing Dark Swarm here sooner rather than later in these engagements. Foff, I guess Plague's sometime off, but that's okay. 5th base here for the Zerg. 4th base done and happily running from Snow. So he's up. He's happy. He is ready to kick some butt, kick some Zerg tail. Making another shuttle here too is Snow and working on a robotics base. We could start seeing these Reavers, which against Ling Hydra is worth its weight in gold. Absolutely wrecks Ling Hydra. As somebody who loves Ling Hydra and played Ling Hydra for as many missions as he could in the Brood War campaign, Reavers are my worst nightmare. All right, man, 2/2 Lings with Adrenal Glands. They are cracklings in every sense of the word. These cannons are not going to survive. These High Templar are probably going to have to storm themselves. Nope, they don't even bother storming themselves. They're just dead. This guy, too. Oh, man, Foff picking off several High Templar. That guy as well might be in a lot of trouble. Holy cannoli. Another one down. And another one down. And another one bites the dust. That guy is lucky that the Lings did not target on him. More Lings cruising on, and this really feels like larva. Just this Ling flood action. Free Archon. Yes. Free Archon. Zealots come in and shut that sucker down. More Lings are cruising in from the north, though. Extremely large numbers of Zerglings are here. They're 2/2. They're 3/3s on the way. They're not quite yet. They're out upgraded. The DTs are having a field day because literally there's no detection at all. So that was huge. That was huge having those DTs there. They got 2 kills each and enough to actually shove those guys away. More Lings cruising on in. Do they not know there are DTs present? I don't think Foff knows. I don't think he knows. I really don't. Tacking up the left side. Dragoons, Zealots, High Templar. No Archons yet. Ooh, Scourge do take down an Observer, but like I said, there are a lot of Observers out. Ah, there's the Dark Swarm, and now the Dragoons are not as good The Zealots are okay, but they're getting hacked to pieces by Lurker Spines. Zerglings are on top of them too. Storms are trying to kill the Lurkers the best they can. There's your Plague. There's a beautiful Plague there. Scourge getting picked off in the distance. At the same time, Zerglings cruising on down through the Storm, though. Not a good place to be. They pull back until the Storm is done, and they do end up holding this ramp. Suddenly, 144 to 125 supply. This game is a good game. So far, so good, man. 20 minutes in, there's been a lot of blood. Ah, the Storm, the continued Storm on that ramp means the Scourge connects with nothing. More Storm here. Zerglings cruising down the ramp, getting massacred by the Zealots for the most part. 2 kills and 1 kill each. This is just throwing lings at the Protoss army. I'm just not a huge fan of it. Resources lost here are definitely going to favor the Protoss. But man, suddenly it's 132 to 127 supply. Holy crap. Suddenly, Foff is doing all right. He's doing just fine. By the way, it is Reavers. Reavers in production, Shuttles in production, working on that sort of thing. We'll see if Snow can pull it off. Again, he should be able to, based on his past performance, but we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. All right, so Lurker down. Once again, Dragoons from distance versus Lurkers are really good unless there's Dark Swarm in play. And against somebody like Foff, I feel like there should be Dark Swarm in play. Where is the Dark Swarm? What are you doing? Why are you wandering down here? There's the Dark Swarm on the ramp. There's another good Dark Swarm covering a couple of these Lurkers, which is nice. That Lurker not covered. He dead. This Overlord super almost dead as well. But hanging on to this base, that's the important thing, is keeping this base running. Zergling versus Archon. Archon Zealot. Lings actually managing to knock it down there. They got +3 armor. There's an attack in the middle here. Moving up with the Archons. Are we slowly just replacing the army with Archons? I feel like that's what we have to do. I feel like that's how this has to work. If you're going to win this thing, if you're Snow, I really need to know who Foff is. I wish he was on the Smurf list, but he's a great player. He's holding Snow. He's keeping Snow in trouble. That's the Reaver drop. There go the Scarabs. And exploding on anything, they catch a drone. Not cost efficient. Playing on a couple things here. This hatchery is going to die. I like the multi-hatch on this mineral patch thing, but one of them is done. Ooh, Nidus Canal getting focused by an Archon here too. That's going to go down. And the response from Foff is pretty much nothing at this stage. He's got Scourge, which is okay, but they keep flying over Archons and dying. Not what you want to do. Dark Swarm up to the north here, but this base is in trouble as well. Dude, where's your army? Foff, where are you? They're here. Are they here in time to wipe this base out? I don't actually know. There's your Consume. There's your Consume. And there's your Storm. That was a gorgeous Storm. Wow. That was a lot of dead Zergling, but everybody gets Plague. You get a Plague. You get a Plague. Archons don't care about your Plague, but everybody else does. That's for sure. Ooh, Defiler gets stormed down as well. The hatchery is toast. The Archons are the big hitters right now in this matchup. Another great Storm on these Lurkers, down to 15 HP. Not where you want to be. Lurker hits. Yo, Reaver hits. Bigger here. Bigger hits from the Reavers for sure. 157 to 178. Snow is up in total supply right now. He's got another hatch trying to come up. He's trying to dislodge Snow from this position. Can he do it? Zerglings, Hydras cruising on in here. The Reaver, oh, the Reaver gets picked off by the Hydralisk. Very nicely done. High Templar down too. There are some High Templar remaining. The energy is pretty low on these guys. They each have enough, looks like, for one Storm, which he's going to have to use if he's going to survive this thing. There's Lings waiting for them to get dropped down there. The Dark Swarm making this a little bit intimidating right now. For Snow, he's hiding. He's throwing Storms down. He's trying to kill Lurkers as best he can. That Lurker's down to the... Whoop, oh, well, he's dead. The second Storm killed him. This Lurker getting some spines off. This has really been the central section of battle for quite some time now. You know about these Zealots over on the left side. They're not really doing much, however. I mean, I don't know if these guys are getting out, is what I'm trying to say. Trying to burrow some Lurkers on in and get some stuff done. High Templar get picked off. Archons remain. 11 kills, 10 kills, and 11 kills on these guys. They're going to get more kills. There's nothing bothering them right now. Nidus down. Hatch replacement down. Snow's trying to take a base on the right side. No, that's not going to happen. There's an immediate cancel as the Zerglings find that. These Archons, heroes. Heroes of the match, but they're going down to Zerglings. Zerglings, again, don't like doing this, but they can, and sometimes they're great at it. Another drop. More High Templar join the battle. Snow is continuing to reinforce at the front. 157 to 154 supply. This may very well get an epic tag. This has been so back and forth right now. Archon down. Again, Lings and Hydras pretty decent. against these Archons. The Plague catching some units here, but Archons largely, and again, they don't care about your Plague. Zealots fighting against the Lurkers inside the Dark Swarm. Archons in there too. They will go into the Swarm. They will fight in your Octagon. They have no compunction about that whatsoever. Still fighting. Still doing what he can here. More Lings, more Lurkers on the way. It looks like Foff is not going to change up his strategy at all, but Hydras, more Hydras in the mix, which I really like right now. Trying to drag everybody back into the Lurker spines. Archon's taking some serious hits, but also doing pretty well against these Defilers and against these Lurkers. 167 to 147. It is going back and forth like a seesaw. Continuing to attack on in here. More Archons, more Dragoons, more High Templar. This has just been the battlefield. Right, man? If Foff can get this, Snow's in a lot of trouble, but if Foff can't take this, Snow's in a great position. More fighting here. More Lurkers going down. They're trying to burrow themselves in a good spot, but as soon as they burrow, they're getting focused down by Archons. Oh, there we go. That's what you want. That's the position, but the Zealots don't care. Zealots are not bothered by this. So many Lurkers are dying. Lings are trying to jump on top of this. Nope. Storm is good. Archons are good. Zealots are good. Nice Plague catching a single Dragoon. Maybe not the nicest Plague of all time. Ah, Hydras. Look at this. Using the Dark Swarm against the Hydras is so genius right now. Snow knows how to do this. He knows how this works, doesn't he? He absolutely does. He's sitting his guys in the Dark Swarm so the Hydras can't do anything about it. Lings are forced to respond to the situation. They don't like fighting, but they're going to go ahead and do it anyway. The Archon is out, losing an observer there. Oh my gosh, this game has been absolutely non-stop. Dropping up here at this base, along the left side, right next to the giant crystal, the Kadarin crystal formation. Is this? Oh, this is a lot of Zealots. This is Zealots unloading here. This is High Templar holding in here. The Storms are gorgeous. Once again, plaguing all of these units and bringing the Scourge in to deal. Bam! Scourge take out the shuttle. Storm takes out the rest of the Scourge, though. Low ground here. Just chilling is Snow. Unloading, loading, bringing stuff up, taking down that hatch, trying to focus down the Defiler from distance, and he does end up getting it. No, he doesn't. He doesn't get the Defiler. The Defiler is dead alive with 5 HP. Where's your consume? Where is your consume right now? Storming that Lurker down. Is he allowed to take this base this time? Yes. This time there's a Zealot escort on this base on the right side. Another great. Could have been a better Plague, and he's dead anyway. Could have been a better Plague. I think those Zealots were clumped up a little bit better than that, but here come the Lings. They're trying to shut this base down again, but they are just not enough. Not enough versus this many of Zealots. Not with +3 attack. No, sir. Get out of my house, say those Zealots. Hydras trying to deal with these guys on the left side. Snow just keeps winning these battles over and over. The Reavers even haven't really been that big of a play. Only 4 kills on that guy. That's all it is. Drones, long distance mining, a Plague catching the Reaver. That's a nice catch. That is actually a catch. Catching Reavers with Plagues is beautiful stuff. Also trading, I don't know, a Hydralisk for a Reaver shot. I don't know. The trades, the monetary trades are kind of a big deal here. Suddenly, though, Snow is up. He's up 164 to 109 supply, which is not super ideal. You know, if you're into that sort of supply counting type situation. So he's in trouble. He is trying to retake this base on the center left of the map that's been killed a couple times already. Just Zealots hanging out, waiting for that thing to finish before they decide to pounce on over to it. Got Overlords just scouting. There's a lot of Zealots and Dark Templar here, but nothing that can shoot up at all. Oh, the Archons do join the party. And they decide to make the Overlords feel a little bit less welcome. Plus 25 on that Scarab damage. That's what that upgrade is. It's worth it, man. It is worth extra splash damage against a Zerg player. 100% what you'd be wanting to do. More Lings, 180 to 121 supply. Feels like just kind of a slow bleed light in that right now. Once you've got this army composition, and once the upgrades are 3-2-2 on the ground units, and once the Scourge can't make any connections against your shuttles whatsoever, and once your Storm feels just unending, I really think Snow has this. I think Foff has fought valiantly at this stage, but it's just looking really bad for the Zerg player. Ling Hydra, not in the numbers you need to handle this at all, and that is your good game. Foff taps out, and Snow is your winner in 29 minutes and 23 seconds. Oh, that was nonstop. That is what I like to refer to as nonstop action. and a ZVP here on Transistor between two exceptionally good players. That was amazing. That was an amazing play for sure. All right, man. 3-2-2 on these guys. Remember when I mentioned upgrades? I mentioned upgrades there. Amazing stuff. Actually, the upgrades go away from the player that loses, but it was 3-3. It was fully upgraded. Definitely for the Lings. I don't know about the Hydras. Let's check that real quick. I'm curious. Hydralisk. 3-2. So actually didn't get the +3 attack for the missile. Interestingly enough, I'm not sure how much that mattered. Really. Man, 100 damage on those Scarabs is so dang good. Yeah, I mean, it really came down to this, right? Like I said, if Foff is able to hold on to this base, mine from it, make it his, he's in a good spot. Same with this base. But no, that was not allowed. Snow had no interest in allowing any bases to come up here for any length of time. No mining whatsoever. Down to one mining base up here is Foff. He might have tried to expand over here. Maybe it would have been an easier shot, but able to take this base. So Snow is on 3 mining bases versus the 1 here from Foff. A couple of mineral patches remaining in the main, but otherwise, well, natural anyway. Yeah, his bank was down to 74. He was not in a good position at all and tapped right on out. So, I mean, I feel like macro was maybe part of the play here. Just never really saw the big Hydra groups that you need to take down a big Protoss army like this. Big Hydra groups. He kind of committed a little bit too much to Lings, which did pretty well against the Archons, better than you'd expect. Traded poorly against the Zealots, though. Those resources would have really rather have gone into something like the Hydras, into the upgrades for the Hydras, into the Lurkers. It's just Lings in equal numbers against Zerglings are just not going to have a good time, whereas Hydras can do a little bit better, especially if the Zealots have been plagued, as we saw a lot of plagues there. But anyway, I digress. Bam! All right, cool. Well, let's go ahead and check out the final score, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up for next time. Units. Wow. Snow killed 655 units here. Ended up losing 232. So, I mean, Snow, he produced 300 and lost 230 of them. That's a pretty good number for Foff on that one. But resources, are they going to tell us the story here today? Yeah, it's pretty even, man. Pretty even match. I might toss an epic tag on this. If you guys tell me in the comments you want to see an epic tag, I will. It just feels like it wasn't quite down to the wire, right? It was nip and tuck for a long time there, but then the last couple minutes were just very much Snow winning the game, right? Foff mined more gas. He mined fewer minerals, like 8 fewer minerals than Snow, and spent more. Spent a couple, well, is that 20,000 more? That's 20,000 more resources spent from Foff. But that's how this works, man. Protoss units with upgrades, tier 3, are extremely good in the hands of somebody who knows what they're doing. So fantastic stuff from Snow. Really want to cast more of his things. I did get a big pack of his off of that foreign Brood War Discord server. So we'll see more. We'll definitely see more. All right, cool. Well, that is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, where I am currently playing Baldur's Gate on weekends if you want to check that out. All right, so until next time, as always, thanks for hanging out, thanks for being here, and you take care of yourself.